Hello, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Wait, where's my... Did the UI not load? Okay, I need to load the thing that lets me move stuff around. Is that not open by default now? What's going on? Was there an update? XS overlay? You don't open by default now? What the... Okay, there it is. That's weird. I feel like they probably had some sort of update. Anyway, I'm gonna load up the chat. Right there it is. And I have the social distancing, you already know. There we go. I guess we'll move it up slightly. Right there. Alright, welcome Stream Elements, welcome Lofam, Defins, V Architect, Zoli, Daisuko, Chocojack, Stream of Panic. Everyone's here. What's my wisdom? Microsoft Teams is bad. It's bad software. Anyway, we're gonna, as usual, we're gonna start off by increasing this tower. We got this floating thing with a bunch of watches. We're gonna add another layer to the tower. I'm gonna put this up there. And then next stream, it'll go even higher up. Do I like Skype? I like Zoom. Zoom is pretty nice. Google Meet is fine. It's okay. I haven't used Skype in a very long time. Do people still use Skype? I didn't even know that was around. Also, wait, doesn't Microsoft own Skype? Right? They have Skype, but they also have Teams? What's going on? What's going on, Microsoft? Anyway, so, it's Wednesday. We're back on the lake as usual. Out here, we're gonna go fishing. We're gonna go... The bear's gonna show up probably, as it usually does. Is it just me, or do the water sounds sound louder? I feel like I hear it's like a bunch of water moving around. That's weird. Also, welcome Duck. Thank you for the 17 months. What's this? What is this? A boot. I'm gonna boot up there. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, today, I didn't know I was gonna have a job interview today, but I did. I talked about how one of the companies that I applied to 2 months ago finally responded, and then yesterday I sent them my availability. And usually when you give them your availability, you expect them to give you at least a day's notice before scheduling the thing, right? If you give them if they ask you on Tuesday and you're okay, I'm available this week at these times, you expect them usually not to set it up on the next day, tomorrow, unless it's far enough in advance. But I sent them the availability yesterday. They didn't respond, and then I woke up this morning and they responded and they scheduled something at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And so I was okay, yeah, I could do that. And I accepted, and then I talked to the person. Unfortunately, the thing was over Microsoft Teams. And for people who had never used Microsoft Teams, it's basically just bad software. It's it's like Zoom, except it doesn't work half the time. The UI is it doesn't make sense. I even specifically, I went into the Microsoft Teams app before the meeting to make sure that everything was working fine. It wasn't working fine, and I was oh, thank God I opened the program before I joined the call, because okay. So when you set it up, it requests permission for your your microphone and your webcam, and that was fine. I clicked yes, but then my webcam wasn't working. And then I restarted the program a few times and it still wasn't working. And then I checked the settings, and for some reason it was using my iPhone. It was for some reason my iPhone camera showed up as a webcam option, which I did not understand at all. It was defaulted to that and it was just a black screen. And I was oh, that's weird. And then I switched it, you know, to the webcam of my actual laptop. It made no sense. I don't understand. And then I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It works. Also welcome. No, I already welcomed you. And then it sounds like a feature. No, but it never did that though. Zoom doesn't do that. Google Meet doesn't do that. Why does Microsoft Teams do that? And then anyway, so I got it working before the meeting. And then like right as the meeting started, I clicked join. And I think it logged me out, and it didn't keep any of my settings. And then I tried logging in. Okay, actually, there's even more to this. I'll get into that afterwards. But I logged in, and then it could not log in for some reason. So I guess I was like, okay, I guess I'll just reconfigure my settings. And I was like 1 minute late to the meeting. When I showed up to the meeting, I couldn't see my own webcam. Right, you know, usually when you're on a conference call, you see the person speaking, and then there's like a little thing on the bottom that says, you know, it shows you, and you can see what you're doing. You can check that your background is blurred or whatever. I could not see. It was just like a black screen, and I was like, what the? I was like, can you see me? Can you see me? I can see you. And he said, no, I can see you fine. But I was like, I can't see me. So then like I exited the call. I rejoined. It still didn't work. And so I was like, you know what? Whatever. Person gets to see like the wall behind me. It's fine. Can I access the cam directly on your Mac? The camera from my iPhone? I've never tried, but like the way it was set up, it was not capturing anything. You plug in your PS4 controller, your audio defaults to it. Oh yeah, I guess they do have a thing where you can plug in your headphones, so I don't know, I've never had that. But anyway, before that, when I tried to log into Microsoft Teams, it didn't work. You know how like they give you like a CAPTCHA? You give you a CAPTCHA that's like prove that you're a human. I loaded the page and the CAPTCHA was like, it was not loading. It was just like a thing with an X on it. And I was like, I don't know what this is. I can't refresh it even. It's like, oh man, freaking Microsoft. And then they had another option where if you didn't want to, if you were like visually impaired, I guess, they have an option where you can listen to audio instead. And have you guys ever done this? This is so weird. They have this option where you can listen to audio instead, and they play you 3 soundtracks. Not soundtracks, but like 3 audio files, and it's like, okay, which one of these 3 audio files is a repeating pattern? And then they play you like some computer generated sounds. It's like, okay, this one beep 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 beep, and then the other one's just like, and then the other one's like, and then you're like, okay, it's the first one, right? The first one sounds like a repeated pattern, and then they have you do that 4 times, and I'm like, what the frick? That's wild. It's too much. Once you did it, you use the audio option. It takes so long. I miss when like you have those are you human things. You just click a checkbox and it just runs some JavaScript and it's like, yeah, you're human. Right? But like this one, it's too much setup. It's too much setup. She used TeamSpeak. I've never used TeamSpeak. I don't even really know what TeamSpeak is about. Anyway, yeah. Businesses should use Discord. I don't know about that. I don't think so. I don't think Discord makes sense for businesses. It's too gamer. It's too much. Did I welcome you, Stanley? Welcome, Stanley. Anyway, so I did the interview. I thought it was fine. I thought it went fine. It was just a screening interview. Just, holy frick, that's loud. It was just a screening interview, you know, for the person to talk to you and learn about, you know, stuff you've done. And then they explain to you what the job is. And I thought it seemed okay. Like, you know, like when you look up a job description online and it's like, it's really vague. You're like, I don't know exactly what they do, but they list Rust on there. And I was like, okay, you know what, maybe. Because like when you sign up to a place, you apply somewhere and they list like 5 different languages and Rust happens to be on there, you're like, do they actually use Rust? Or did they just, is that just like a general thing? Right, they were like, you must have knowledge of some of these languages: C, C++, Go, Python, Rust. And I was like, oh, I know Rust. I use that. So I didn't know like what language they actually use there. Turns out they mostly use like C++ and Go. But then like I talked to him and he was like, oh, it seems like you have like Rust on your resume. It turns out actually over here, I forget who it was, but like one of the vice presidents or like CTO or someone was always like, he's like, you gotta, all new projects should be written in Go, or not Go, in Rust. And he was like, oh yeah, the CTO seems to really like Rust, so you know, it's nice you have that on your resume. And I was surprised. I was like, whoa, what the? Welcome, Rune. What are you tuned into? It's been doing this for like the past like 4 weeks. Job description online. So true. TeamSpeak was the most common voice chat program before Discord. In Germany? I don't know. I've never seen someone use TeamSpeak. It's always been like Skype, and then suddenly everyone was using Discord. Oh, there's Ventrilo before Skype. Welcome, Snakareka. But anyway, so you know, I just talked about stuff that I worked on. They were doing some like proxy stuff. He's like, yeah, we use Nginx to do stuff, and I was like, I use that. I know Nginx. I've configured some proxies using Nginx. And then I just described a bunch of stuff, and he described what they were doing. It sounded very corporate. I'm still not sure I understand what they're doing. Some sort of like identity access management for corporations or something. I don't know, but they're doing some sort of proxy thing. I looked it up and I was like, this seems very corporate. I don't know if I would enjoy working here, but I don't know. It seemed corporate, but also like slightly interesting. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe they'll get back to me and they'll be like, yeah, look, we'd like to continue, but then hopefully like I get a job offer from the other company I applied to. And then I don't have to continue interviewing. TeamSpeak was common, even you used it. I've never used it. Wasn't there also Mumble? There was a program called Mumble that people use. I never used it. Anyway, that was my day. Basically, talked to a guy. I asked him some questions about how like things were like, they had people remotely, and then I asked like, oh, do you guys have like core working hours, and like what, people on the East Coast, what time do they work? He didn't really answer the question. He was kind of, yeah, we have core working hours. Yeah, we have people in New York, we have people in California, but really it's flexible, But I was like, that I would like to know if like what the actual hours are. I did not ask about VTubers. I will never ask about VTubers. And, the meeting was about half an hour. It ended exactly at the half-hour mark, because I spent the first 2 minutes debugging my microphone and my Teams not working. But I thought it was fine. I thought it went okay. But I don't know, he was not like, he was fine to talk to, but he wasn't as conversational as a lot of the other people that I've talked to at other companies. Like, it probably doesn't mean that much, but it wasn't unpleasant talking to him. Right, it was actually fine. It was just slightly more stilted. At least it wasn't like that one time when I talked to that one manager and he was just totally disinterested. Anyway, I have another interview tomorrow with a different company. I don't know how that one's gonna go. And then that'll be my week. That's all the interesting stuff happening this week. And yeah, it's good. Good times. I'm gonna release this fish. 293. You know what? Let's sell these fish from last week. $49. Yeah, a lot of interviews. I don't know why they take so long. Right, these two places that I've gotten responses from, I applied to both of them like around the same time. This was like 2 months ago. I guess they have like a huge backlog. They're finally getting around to it, but they're kind of late, you know, because the other company that I'm waiting to hear back from, that's the one I'm interested in. That's the one I want to work for. Hopefully I get that one. That one was good. Everyone was nice, you know. Pleasant conversations with everyone. I could do it. I hope I can do it. Right, I kind of messed up yesterday on like the very end of the interview. I wasn't able to fully solve the problem that they had. But like, I did a good enough job, I think. It's also the fact that like, if you do like a lot of interviews with one company, you kind of prefer like, if they're doing technical interviews, you kind of prefer like the coding stuff to be like at the start of the day, you know? I think that this is my copium of like why I didn't do so well in the last one, is because they had their coding section like literally as the final interview that I did. And like in my brain, I was just thinking of like, oh man, in this other interview, I should have said this thing, I should have said this thing. I feel like if you're gonna have a coding interview, it should be like one of the first ones, right? Because that's the one where you need to use your brain the most. If you leave it at the end, it's just like, you know, people are burnt out, they're ready for the day to be over. They might not be like at the top of their game. I remember when we used to like have an office, there was like one person who did succeed through the interviews, but like he had a complaint that was like, why would you leave the coding interview at the end, right? And I sort of agree with that. I think it makes sense to not have it all the way at the end of the process. Because everyone's gonna be tired. It's too much to think about, you know? Like, yeah, code this thing. Code invert a binary tree. Look, the bear is there. Guys, check it out. First bear sighting of the day already. So fast. So fast out here. Look at this. Look at that bear. There it is. Yep, there's the bear. It sure is there. That bear sure is there. You know, maybe I should edit this scene so that you can actually see like my model. You know, because every time I zoom in, like, you can't even see me. I'm gonna modify the scene, okay guys? We're gonna do this live. We're gonna go into studio mode so you guys don't see it immediately. Go to the zoom, catch and release zoom. There it is. Okay. And then I will add the existing capture device, game capture. We have live primary. Live primary. Okay, that's gonna be there. And then I will crop it. I'm gonna crop it. Why can't I move it, guys? Why can't I move the? So where is it? The live primary. Yeah, move that. Crop it. How do I crop? Alt? Yeah, it's Alt. Okay. This will be a live wall view reaction. Okay, when I zoom, you're gonna see me on the boat. Welcome, Ringos. Okay, so now when I zoom, you should be able to see me. Okay, here we go. Whoa, look, it's me. Okay, so the bear is there. The bear is sleeping, guys. Check it out. Wow, you can see me moving my arms now. Whoa, look. What's he doing? Look at that bear. He's staring at us. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Whoops, we've seen all of it. Yeah, thinking sure is exhausting though. I would not recommend it. uses too much brain power. Oh. Anyway, that's my day. And now we can talk about other stuff. Now, let's see, what did I do? I watched a bunch of YouTube videos as usual. I saw one about the metaverse. You guys ever interested in the metaverse? Meta's Horizon Worlds. There was this one YouTuber, his video got recommended in my timeline. He tried using the metaverse app for like a week. Unsurprising that barely anyone uses it. No one's on there. He tried logging in the day, and then everyone was a child. He would go into a bunch of different metaverse worlds. Everyone there was a kid. They were all yelling. Many of them said slurs. You know, there was like a virtual comedy club. There was a lot of kids in there. They were all telling jokes that were offensive and not funny. But then there were some worlds that he went to, and they had child-proof things where apparently you had to take a thing, you had to like bend it, and then if your arm, you have to like bend your arm like fully, and then if your arm span is like less than a certain length, you can't enter the world. I mean, it is kind of discriminatory for like short people, I guess. But then he went to those worlds, and then he saw actual adults. Slime Molder seen it. Yeah, it's by what's his name? Jarvis guy. RT Game and Metaverse. I did not see that one. But yeah, there were actual adults playing the game, and they were having like actual conversations, and but they were doing mundane things. There was like a guy who kept like shooting basketballs in VR constantly every day. He'd be obsessed with trying to get the high score for a basketball game. There was a guy who played in silence. You know, he was just in a world by himself playing basketball. And he saw the guy, and then they exchanged, they both played ball together. And it was cool. And apparently, the person who was there, the person who was playing basketball without his mic on, after that video got published, a ton of people started going into that world just to see him play basketball. It's kind of wholesome, actually. It's kind of cool. He left a comment on the video like, yo, wait, I didn't know. So many people showed up in the world. They wanted to see me play basketball. That was like the one positive thing. Yeah, it was nice. Childproofing a world by arm span is funny. Yeah, because like there's no real way to do it, right? Anyone can just make up their age, right? Like every time you go on a website and it asks you your age, right? How many people actually put your real birthday, right? You just put like, you already know you're over 18. You just choose some random year, you know, January 1st, 1970, and then you can go on the website, right? Like if you go on Steam and there's like, oh, this game has violence, please enter your age. And you're just like, well, I'm already above 18, just let me in. So you just make up a day. But like, you know, children can do that too. But you cannot, well, actually no, you can figure out, what if they just like tape their controllers and put them like to their side and then just like, you know, not hold on to them. They could do that, right? They could have like a table over here, a table over there, and then just pretend that that's their arm span. There's many ways to circumvent it. It's born on January 1st, 1900. If you used an arm grabber, yeah, there's many ways to do it. Kids don't tend to be too smart about it. That is also true. Welcome, Tagbarrow. Yeah, you already missed the story. I talk so much about Microsoft Teams. So much. Anyway, it's an interesting video. I would recommend it. I forget what it was called. It's probably like titled something like I spent 7 days in the metaverse or something like that. And it was cool. I had to use Teams today and it crashed. Unsurprising. Not surprising at all. Is the boot going to be there every fishing stream? Yes. It's our primary way of like creating this tower of watches. But at some point, it'll be so high up that you probably won't even notice it, right? If you look at this, you're like, oh, look, the boot is right there. At some point, it's going to be like up here in the sky, and you'll be like, whoa, what the? You don't even notice it. But I think it's cool. What if we start using these rings? Could put a ring like over here. I can do that. It can get so much higher. Shoe on wolf. Does this work? It's clipping. You guys don't see it. It's not high enough. Shoe head. True. But yeah, I thought that video was interesting. He has other videos that were kind of interesting, but then I found out he mostly does React content. And I'm like, oh man. I thought that video was interesting. Oh well. That's it. That's all the things I have to talk about today, probably. Unless I remember something else. Yeah, he reacts so much. He had like this one video where actually he bought a bunch of stuff he saw on TikTok, and you know, those TikTok things that are like, oh, check out this cool thing that does this. He just saw a bunch of random stuff, he bought them and checked it out. It did not work. Surprising amount of pocket watches, though, can get expensive. No, I think these are cheap. These are all broken. They're all stuck at like 1010. Isn't visiting the metaverse basically React content? No, but like he's going there, right? React content is just like you're loading someone else's video and just talking over it. Sometimes not even talking over it, right? Sometimes you're just sitting there, you're just eating. Sometimes you go AFK, you leave the video playing. Like sometimes that's React content. Like he was going there, he was doing voiceovers, you know, he's creating actual unique content. It was actually pretty engaging. It was like 30 minutes long, or like 25 minutes long. And I was like, there's no way I'm watching like a 25-minute video. But then I was like watching it, and I was like halfway into it, I was like, oh man, I wish there was more. Oh, good thing there's like, you know, an entire 12 minutes left. But of course I play everything at 2x speed, so it's more like 12 minutes, which was actually pretty reasonable. Watch's value isn't so much about how well they keep time. It's about how nice they look, right? These watches all look pretty old. And they don't work. Yet the brand. It's about the brand engagement. You think Rolexes are like better inherently than like some other brand? Maybe. Or maybe it's just because it's more popular. They're not exactly. Rolex. What if Twitter, also known as X, if they did a collab with the Rolex, because they have X in their name, they could do that, right? Yeah, 90% brand. It's the same thing with like, you know, like Gucci and like Prada and all those, right? Are those things like, and like Supreme, you know, like brands, fashion brands, like are they inherently better than like Uniqlo? No, they're just, you know, just recognizable. Other people see that you have it, they're like, well, you have a Louis Vuitton wristwatch. Do they make wristwatches? They probably do, right? And then everyone is surprised. I've told this story once about how when I was in high school, one of the girls had like a necklace. It was like a bootleg Tiffany's necklace or something, and she knew it was fake. But she bought it, and she's like, "Oh, look at this! I got this fake Tiffany's necklace. It looks nice." But then like the teacher had the same necklace, but it was like a real one. And then the teacher came to her. She's like, "Yo, I have the same necklace," and like she didn't have the heart to tell her that hers was fake. She was, oh yeah, totally, yeah, my mom got this for me. It's really nice. But yeah, it was fake. But it's about the brand, you know? Rolexes are not bad watches, it's the brand. Yeah, I don't imagine that they're bad. It's just that they're probably not like so much better than some common brand. You know, it's just about the recognizability. If you guys saw like a Rolex watch, would you know it's a Rolex watch? Would you just be like, that's a fancy watch? Or it like has the word Rolex written on it? I wouldn't recognize it. I would just be like, that's a fancy watch. Framework? Is that the laptop that you can replace stuff with, or is that something else? I don't know. I'm not really a fan of brands. It is. It seems like an interesting idea. There's a brand. Is there a brand you guys stand by? Sometimes people are like, oh yeah, I love this product, but we should use this other brand instead. Sometimes people, they're like, no, I gotta use, I gotta go to McDonald's, you know, they got the best whatever. Gotta go to Costco, man. Gotta go to get those Costco hot dogs. Firefox? Keep buying the same shoes because I like the shape. That is also true. Because like when I was a kid, I think my parents used to just buy me, I forget the brand, Reebok or something, one of those, and then they just kept buying those because like that's what I was used to. I don't know if it was Reebok, it's something else, I don't know. Because like, you know, like it works, right? It works fine. That's a good example. That one makes sense. There's other stuff, you know. I guess brands like Apple. I guess I do use a lot of Apple products. I've been brainwashed into using Apple. Also, welcome Benny Wenny. Watch a video of paint drying. Got better. A fly got stuck to the paint. What is this? React content? Can you watch like a video of someone watching paint dry? You probably could. That's probably a thing you could do. If they're like good at narration, you know, they could talk over the, look at this paint. Guys, this is the most immaculate paint. Here's the history of paint, guys. Back in the 1700s, they did this. This copy pasta. Is that a copy pasta? You're telling me they didn't type this comment on their own? I don't believe that. I like to believe that they specifically wrote this one out. Usually people brought the same thing because that's something they're used to for so long. Yeah, like the shoes. I have relatives that are big into watches. The enthusiasm is infectious. Even if I had money and was forced to spend it on watches, I'd probably get something else. They're not that interesting, the Rolexes. I mean, like, wristwatches don't seem like in the modern day, right? Everyone has phones. Everyone has like a way to tell time. I feel like having like a wristwatch is mostly just like a status symbol, right? That's what I think. It seems like, imagine you see someone with like a pocket watch. You'd be like, who the frick do you think you are? 2020 is 2023 and you have a pocket watch? What the frick? You know, maybe there are some people that enjoy them, right? Maybe, you know, maybe it's like a pocket watch they inherited from their grandpa or something. You don't know. There's no way to know. See, sometimes I see YouTube shorts showing novelty watches. They're kind of cool. Can't stand how they feel on my hand. Yeah, it's also like, I don't know, there's like metal, you know. I don't enjoy wearing them. If you wear like a wristwatch for a long time, like, I don't know, it feels a bit weird. The material against your hand. It's too much. Hobbies tend to get expensive. Well, it's like, is owning a brand, is like owning a wristwatch, is that a hobby? Like, I don't know if that counts as a hobby. I guess, like, I don't know. Is it? I guess it is, because like some people, they collect cars, right? Some people buy cars, and like that is somehow a valid hobby. consumerism is really the biggest hobby there is. Let's see, more likely to have a pocket watch than a wristwatch. I see. Also, welcome Marco. You have a wristwatch? Yeah, sundial. You have a cheap G-Shock that is genuinely handy. Never runs out of battery. Oh, a wristwatch? I actually used to, like, a long time ago when I was in high school. I used to have not like a wristwatch, but like one of those digital clocks. Not clocks. What is it? you would clip it onto your pants, like right next to where your pants pocket is, and you could just glance down and look at it. I don't know what those are called, but I used to have those, and it was really useful. Is back before I had like a smartphone or like a regular phone. What are those called? You guys know what those are called? I'm gonna look it up. After I catch this fish, I'm gonna look it up. Sounds like a pager. It's not like that kind of Pokewatch. Also, welcome Hamflo. I will take a look. I'll go on Firefox and look this up. You'll see it and you'll be like, I've never seen this, but I had it. And it was useful. As soon as I catch this fish. I don't wear a wristwatch because it's inconvenient for piano playing. That's also true. Okay, so I'm gonna go look this up. It's not an MP3. The only thing I did was display the time. Okay, let's see. We're gonna look it up. Firefox. Okay, what's this called? It's called like digital watch clip to pants. Is that it? Yeah, it was like this. Okay, hold on. It was like it's kind of like, which one was it? It's not these. No, there was one in the preview. This one, it kind of looked like this, except it was digital. What the? I clicked on it. This is stuff for sale. I don't want to see this. Oh, okay, you guys see this one? This thing right here, this red one? It was kind of like that, except digital. So I guess like this one, right? And then you would clip it onto like this, right? Your pants like this. And then if you want to see the time, you just glance down. You like, you know, you look at it. It was useful. It's actually very useful. Yeah, Spy Kids. Was that Spy Kids? Well, your Pokewalker is like a pocket watch. Yeah, but like it's not in your pocket though. That's the thing. Yeah, it's outside the pocket. See, unless you draw ambidextrous, it shouldn't be an issue. Piano playing also does seem to make watches a hassle. Yeah, because also, like, if you have a pocket watch and you're using a piano, wouldn't the pocket watch damage the piano? Also, why is my headset power low? It literally just started my stream. Okay, I guess maybe I didn't turn off my headset fully since the last time I used it. Anyway, I plugged it in and turned on the whatever thing, charger, power bank. Did I know there's high quality of those watch clip versions too? Yeah, I guess like from here there are some that look really expensive, right? Why can't I click on this? Oh, I'm already on that tab. Yeah, like these. These seem fancy. This one looks fancy. This one looks... What the frick is that one? Anyway, I haven't used one of these in a while, but I used to, and it was good. Also, welcome Props Not Jack. Nowadays, you pull out your phone. Exactly. You have the time memorized. Yeah, you just memorize like the position of the sun in the sky. And then it's immediately obvious what time it is, unless it's raining. That's when you use the time glove. Any Pomu Rainpuff fans in chat, you guys know the time glove? This is when you have a glove, and then I can't demonstrate it because I don't have usable fingers in this game, but you make an L with your hand. You look at the position of the sun. Yeah, it's classic. Classic Pomu Rain Puff reference. Keep it inside your pocket to keep the surprise. It wouldn't damage the piano because your wrist won't get that close. It could if you mess up. Yeah, but what if you're bad at playing piano? What if you're bad at playing piano? Those look like some G-Shocks. G-Shock? That's a watch brand. That's a watch brand that you mentioned. Is it G-Shock? Oops, G-Shock watch. Oh, these. Wait, I feel like I've seen these before. They do look very robust though. These could probably survive a fall. It's like that phone case, OtterBox or whatever. This one looks so extra. Look at this one. I'm trying to click it, but it's not loading. Oh, whatever. A Beyblade. Beyblade. I find it quite simple. Aren't there quite a few Niji Sanjis going on a simultaneous break? I don't know. Don't they usually, they're like in Japan sometimes? Sometimes they just take trips. Remembering sun position for a time can get expensive. Not if you memorize it. Just be like, the sun is at, 0.2 radians or whatever. You guys remember radians in math? That's why the Mayans stopped doing it. I don't think so. G-Shocks are known for being tanks and surviving being driven over by them. That's cool though. It's cool that, a brand is known for being robust. There's like a brand of microphone that like can survive being driven over by a truck. I forget what it is, but everyone talks about it. It's the most commonly used. What is it? The Shure SM58 or whatever? Any microphone enjoyers in chat? Is that the one, SM58? It's like that, you've probably seen one. No, not SM7B. The SM58. I know the SM7B. I'm talking about the SM58. The same company is also famous for making watches that terrorists like. What? Why do they like using those? G-Shock? I guess because like if they're like out in the wilderness or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Why am I saying they're out in the wilderness? What kind of terrorists are out in the wilderness? Out in the forest? No, I don't know. They're in the rivers. Well, I guess, it's robust. Could be doing stuff. I don't want to speculate. So probably get this stream flagged for something. Speaking of the stream getting flagged, remember when I did the stream when I played Power Wash Simulator and then I played a different playlist for once? And then suddenly it started auto-playing something that wasn't in the royalty-free playlist. And I was like, oh, this is probably going to get DMCA'd. It did get Content ID matched. And I guess we're doing revenue share with the creator of that one song. It's fine, though. It wasn't like a copyright strike. Also, welcome, Bunzel. The Taliban like to hide in remote caves. They sure did. Casio has an extremely cheap model that still has the same accurate insides. Use them for bombs? What? What the? Wait, Casio? Doesn't Casio make calculators? Do they also make watches? When I think of Casio, I think of calculators. Or is that what you meant? Yeah, Casio, they make up. Oh no! Something fell into the water. I think it was the the ring. Oh well. Can't believe the creator of that one song gets to split revenue. Yeah, hope he enjoys his 2 cents for my video. SM58 looking up now has some of these pictures are nutty. Yeah, the SM58 is like a legendary microphone. If you ever see like a stage performance like live, they're probably using an SM58. I know because I looked up microphones when I started streaming. That was one of them. Love how the fishing rod becomes one with your head. Yeah, that's how things go. F91W for use in construction of timers. What the? Casio make watches. What do they make? Casio makes. Oh yeah, Casio makes musical keyboards as well. They make a ton of stuff. Yeah, Yamaha, Casio. Are there other brands that they just make everything? Like Samsung, they make fridges, they make TVs, they make smartphones. Yamaha makes motorcycles, they make Hatsune Miku. Casio's got sports watches, calculators. There's one Casio keyboard calculator hybrid that seems like it could be useful for music students. Actually, I know, like, I've seen some videos of people using the Casio calculators as an instrument, right? Because every time you press a button, it plays a tone. And they're just like, oh, you could use this to make music. LG, Mitsubishi, does Mitsubishi do stuff besides cars? I guess that maybe they make motorcycles. I feel like if a company makes cars and they also make motorcycles, that's not too surprising. I don't know. Are they making like I don't know. What do they make? SM58 for stage stuff? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know, Neumann. Classic. That's the one people tend to use. Yamaha makes keyboards and pianos. Oh, do they make physical like pianos too? Like the big grand pianos? Big Asian companies have insurance divisions. But what else do they do? Samsung? Does Samsung provide medical insurance? Does Yamaha provide home lending assurance? What mic am I using? This is just the built-in mic from the Quest 2 headset. Normally I use an SM7B though. And I'm sure my settings aren't optimal. They probably don't sound as good as someone else who has an SM7B. It's like, you know, it's fine. It's good enough. Samsung. What did he sing? He sang so much. He sang everything. There's not as much overlap between cars and motorcycles as you might think. Are you sure? They have wheels, they have engines. What else could they have, huh? Basically the same thing. They're motor vehicles, guys. They're literally the same thing. There's a Korean company that makes explosives and sells life insurance. Well, I mean, okay, maybe that makes sense because, you know, you tend to be injured around explosives. So, like, maybe if you buy their explosives and you're like, maybe I could get injured from this. Sure wish there was somewhere where I can buy life insurance, right? Well, there's your business, right? You make the thing that causes people to want to buy life insurance. It's a valid plan. The grand piano I play at my church gig is a Yamaha. I see. That's cool though. You know, it's nice when companies make a ton of stuff. But imagine like applying to a company and they have like so much stuff going on. You're like, maybe I want to apply to Yamaha because like I'm an expert at, you know, making musical instruments. And then they're like, oh, sorry, we don't have any jobs for this, but like if you want to apply for like, you know, like the Vocaloid like division, we can feel free to You know, I'm sure you can use your musical instrument designing skills to design a Vocaloid. Someone's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then they invent the new Vocaloid. Yamaha is probably the top 5 grand piano manufacturers. Dang. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Those must be so expensive though. Yeah, the Vocaloid division. See, selling life insurance for your own bomb should give consumers confidence that the bombs are safe. Otherwise, it'd be terrible. That is also true, right? Because, you know, for life insurance, they want you to keep paying, but then once you die, then they have to pay out. Customers can be insured as well as insured. That's good. Vocaloid division. I was also thinking of division, but like in terms of math. It's like, is there like a Vocaloid song about division? I don't know, maybe. Steinway. I've heard of Steinway. Baldwin. I've heard of that one. I have not heard of Bosendorfer though. Bosendorfer. I find it quite complex. Yeah, there's a lot of companies. They're out there doing things. They're doing their best. Okay. Bosendorf. Ganondorf. Isn't that the guy from Legend of Zelda? Isn't that the villain from Legend of Zelda? It's a little lesser known, but they make pianos with 12 extra strings. How does that work? Do they have extra keys on the keyboard? Bosendorfer Imperial Grand. That's cool. I don't know too much about pianos, but they always are nice. My high school used to have, well, okay, it probably still has it, but like the high school that I was at, in the auditorium, they would always just have a piano, and anyone that was there on lunch break or like any sort of like free period where they had nothing to do, you could just go to the auditorium. You could just hang out there. Sometimes people would play the piano. See, isn't there this one heck posty song called Proof Geometric Construction? Oh yeah, that guy. Monbo Under the Bridge P. I know. Classic songs. That guy made some classic songs. Actually, the guy who made that song, I think his sister does all the music videos. She does all the illustrations and he does the songs. I think that's true. I might have made that up, but I know there is one Vocaloid music producer who has a sibling and they make their music videos for them. Extra keys are colored black. Oh, they do have extra keys. That's my favorite sim games. This one. This fishing simulator. This is my favorite one. I don't know if I have other ones. Instrument making, it sure is. And you stick Imperial in the name, you know it's good. Is that true? I don't think that's true. Slimeholder, I think you might want to check that. I think you want to check the usage of the word Imperial. I don't think it's necessarily true. See, they're there for resonance more than playing, but you can play them. 9 extra keys. Music sure is Oh yeah, Lawnmower Sim, that one was a good one. Maybe I should go back to it at some point. Other than in the context of actual empires. Maybe. Perhaps. But anyway, I'm gonna hydrate. I know, you know, it's 6 p.m. I'm gonna hydrate as soon as I catch this fish. I will pause the game and I will hydrate. And then I will unpause. And then we will resume talking about whatever it is that we want to talk about. As soon as this is done. This is here. Look at this one. We keep catching this fish. We keep catching this fish. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate. Alright. Okay. Lawnmowing Sim Imperial Ales. What is an ale? Yeah, like ginger ale. Like when you think of ale, sometimes it's like alcohol, right? Like a India Pale Ale, that's a type of alcohol. But ginger ale is not an alcohol. Like what is an ale? It's a tasty beer. Yeah, but ginger ale is not beer. A lot of types of ale. Any Vim people, you know ale, it's the asynchronous linting engine. Typically used for old versions of Vim that has fallen out of favor. I don't know what makes an ale and not a lager. Who knows? We could look it up actually. We could learn, guys. This is the stream where we learn things. So I will look it up. Ale. What is an ale? What is ale? Ale versus lager. What is an ale? An ale is a particular style of beer defined by the yeast. Yeah, but what if it's like ginger ale is not beer? Ale is a type of beer brewed using warm fermentation method. Okay. I see. It's a beer. Okay, what is ale not beer? What is ale but is not beer? What is the meaning of ale not beer? An unhopped brew of yeast, water, and malt. I don't even know what malt is. What even is malt? Lagers have to be cold fermented. I see. Doesn't warm fermentation like cause stuff to grow? I guess that's the point, right? I guess that's the point. Dad was saying, oh, I accidentally pressed a button on my headset. My dad was saying that's why he doesn't brew them. Your dad brews? Does he brew his own beer? Does he have like a whole beer brewing setup in his garage? It's fancy. Haagen-Dazs cup, will I have Baskin Robbins too? I will not. This just happened to be a thing that Haagen-Dazs was providing. You could upload some images and they would generate a 3D model of a Haagen-Dazs cup. So I guess if Baskin Robbins does that, then maybe. He does, that's cool. Ginger ale is traditionally fermented. The warm fermented. Yeah, what is ginger ale? What is ginger ale? It's a carbonized soft drink flavored with ginger. Let's see. Is ginger ale like alcohol? Ginger ale is completely alcohol free. Ginger beer contains around 0.5% alcohol. It's still low enough to be considered non-alcoholic. Ginger beer is technically non-alcoholic, guys. The beer percent is low enough. Water and oil. It talks about Haagen-Dazs. No one talks about Hagen. Yeah, Hagen. Those got them. Dadcore. Is it Dadcore to brew your own beer? I guess maybe it is. It's possibly true. Anyway, We got stuff happening out here in the world. Beer science is pretty complex. Yeah, it is surprising that like people found out that you could just like ferment yeast, you know, just have stuff grow and then you can drink it. Right? Who would have thought, you know? Like, you know, people ferment like kimchi. They ferment like beer, yeast, other stuff. Wine, right? It's like you think like, you know, you leave something in a closed place for like a really long time that it would, you know, not taste that great. But people do it and they're like, whoa, actually, you guys gotta try this. Imagine being the first guy to do this. Guys, I know it sounds weird, but if you leave like this thing in like a dark place for like 20 years, it tastes good. And I'd be like, I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know about this one. Hot sauces. Do they ferment hot sauces? Wine is the simplest thing to ferment, just let you juice sit for a while. What about like the juice that comes in juice boxes? Do you think if someone just like, let's say someone was given a grape juice box as a kid, and then they just like, they left it somewhere cold, not cold, I guess, they just left it somewhere for like 20 years, and then they grow up. What if there's a child, and as they're born, you give them like a box of grape juice, but then you take it away from them, you put it in like a dark cellar for like 20 years, and then once the child is old enough to drink, you could just pull it out and be like, hey, you remember this thing? This thing is older than you. And now it's wine. Wouldn't that be weird? They also make wine in prison toilets? What the? With grape? Do they give them grapes? And they just like put them in the toilet? Ales are also simple. Confused why anyone brewed malt tea, had it spoil, and still decided to drink it. Well, isn't it like milk? Milk is just like curdled... Sorry, not milk. Cheese? Cheese is just like curdled milk. And people were like, actually, this is pretty good. Look, the bear's back, guys. I'm gonna zoom in on the bear again. This time with a live reaction. The bottom corner right there. Yep, there it is. I don't know why I do this every time. We've seen it a billion times already. No one's even surprised anymore. Anyone that comes in here doubting the bear is real, well, I don't know what to say. You're telling me this bear is not real. I mean, like, I guess in real life it's not real. But, like, in the context of this game, it's confirmed to exist. Okay, well, okay, we're done with that. Let's see, probably the first thing people ferment, the other people were looking at them like, what is that emote? Skull emote? Is that a skull emote? No, that's a note-taking. That's a nerdge. They use grape juice and packaged yeast for wine? If a juice box has a hole to the outside and gets the right kind of fungus growing, it could become wine. Actual grapes or wines are not the same as you put in boxes. I see. I see. I understand. Wait, fungus? Do you need fungus for wine? Like, stuff has to grow? Like, if you just leave it somewhere... I guess, like, if it's closed off, nothing can get... Wait, but, like, don't they close off wine bottles? And how does that work? The brown dog. The Choco J dog. The reason wine is so simple is because the yeast you want grows on the skin. Don't have to take much care in making sure you get the right fungus. Modern winemakers probably don't want to leave it to chance. Oh, like the grape skin? Like when you mash up the grapes and the skin is part of it. That has the fungus on it. Yeast is fungus. It's not a wild yeast. Sure is wild out there though. Sure is quite the world out there. Nubia fungi. Let's have sourdough. Oh yeah, sourdough, like, okay, so a lot of people talk about like, yo, you gotta make your own bread, right? Yo, here's a sourdough starter. Here's like the yeast. You guys ever make your own bread? What's that like? You guys enjoy making your own bread? You did during lockdown? Was it good? Because I feel like if I were to make my own bread, I would not trust it to taste as good as the bread you could buy from a store, right? Because, like, you know, they're experts at it. I make my own bread and I'm like, maybe this is not safe to eat, you know? Maybe, like, I did it wrong and then suddenly I can die from this. But I'm sure there's, like, a good margin of error, right? It's probably, like... You can't mess up so bad that you could die from eating. I don't think it's moldy. I guess you could get moldy. Mom makes her own bread all the time because she's allergic to wheat. I see. What is gluten? Is gluten similar to wheat? Also, welcome, Yurga. Congrats on new job. No, that was a job interview. The place that I interviewed at does not use Teams. Well, the place that I'm waiting to hear back from, they use Google Meet. Gluten is a protein in wheat. Okay, I see. I see. You guys are saying a lot of stuff. I'm trying to scroll up. So sourdough happens. Overnight, no need. It's so easy. Yeah, no need to worry. No need to worry. Once you have a stable yeast culture, the competitive yeast population and alcohol content make it safe. I see, I see. What could possibly go wrong? A lot of stuff could go wrong. It could grow mold. It could be gross. You know, what if you mixed up the different stuff? Mild is usually not instantly lethal, it's just not something you should eat every day. Mild, wheat. Mom doesn't have the common gluten intolerance, she has a different type of wheat allergy. I see. Yeah, gluten. Yeah, what about glues 1 through 9, guys? You guys ever consider this? Hamflow's out here asking the real questions. If you can't eat wheat, sorry, if you can't eat gluten, you can't eat wheat. Let's see. Oh, then you can't eat a bunch of cereals, right? There's a lot of cereals that are made of wheat. Can't have gluten anymore. That sucks. Also, welcome Melancholy Dolly. Wait, the gluten allergy is called celiac disease, right? I know, I've heard of this. Canned goods can contain Clostridium. Just gonna give you Botox poison in them. What the? You guys are sending a lot of messages. I can't keep up. I can't. The bread discussion has caused a lot of people to say things. You guys just talking about balloons. Rune also tried to do sourdough during lockdown but wasn't making enough bread. It ended up going bad. What the? Mold? Yeast intolerance? Sticky rice is made of gluten. It has yeast. Rice pasta? Have I heard about mushroom? I don't. You're just saying things. I don't know what you're saying. Is that related to yeast? Is that related to bread? Celiac isn't an allergy. What is it? I don't even know what it is. Isn't that gluten intolerance though? Celiac is the autoimmune disorder that triggers a reaction. It's the same as an allergy, but worse. It's the lining of the intestine can't absorb anything. That sounds bad. That sounds awful. I sure am glad that I can eat gluten though. I've heard some people get upset when like people that don't have gluten allergies go to restaurants and claim to have gluten allergies. Some people are like, oh, it's just like a trend, you know, people just trying to avoid gluten for some reason. But then I've heard some people that actually have gluten intolerance and they're like, actually it's good that they do that because then more places will have gluten-free options, which improves the quality of life for everyone else. And I'm like, yeah, that's also true. But it also, you know, maybe the other way, where some people are just like, this guy's faking it. They're just faking it because they don't like gluten. It's double-edged. Your body sees it as bad and attacks itself. Damn. Oh yeah, seitan tofu is good. Is it tofu? Is tofu gluten? I don't know. I like seitan tofu though. It tastes kind of like duck, I think. Tofu isn't gluten. Wait, then what is seitan? Is seitan tofu different from just seitan? What is seitan? Every time I say it, I'm like, it sounds like Satan. Seitan isn't tofu? Isn't there seitan tofu? Yes, it isn't tofu, but isn't there... What is the tofu I'm thinking of? Am I confusing with something else? Hold on. No, it is a thing. Oh, seitan and tofu. Wait, what am I thinking of? There was something else. Seitan... It's not tofu, but... Is it similar to tofu? Is this what I'm thinking of? Okay, it turns out maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I do not know what I'm saying. Tofu is soy. Tempeh? They're both plant-based protein. Hold on. Seitan, does it taste like duck? It tastes like chicken? Chicken? Is this what I think? Is this what I'm thinking of? This might be it. Okay, this whole time I thought seitan was tofu. It's something else then. I had no idea. I've been mistaken the whole time. Yeah, seitan D's. Seitan is dough that has been washed, leaving only gluten. Gluten is really important for the texture, chewiness of breads. I see. I see. Well, I was mistaken. You know, tofu is also good though. This is unrelated, but you guys like tofu? Tofu is pretty good. Seitan duck. Seitan duck. Tastes like duck to me. Am I misremembering this? Am I confusing this with something else? I don't know. Seitan. Tan. I've said it. Tan. Seitan. I've said it. Tan. What's the best way to enjoy tofu? Mapo tofu? Szechuan style Mapo tofu. That's the best one. It tastes so good. I haven't had it in so long. Yeah, tofu is available in many different textures. It could be soft and silky. It could be like, you know, not soft. Use canned seitan would taste like sweet soy sauce. Yeah, that's what I think, right? Sometimes... I remember there used to be this one restaurant near my school or office. I think it was Thai food. And they had like these noodles and they had the seitan... I don't want to say tofu. I thought it was tofu. They had the seitan and it tasted pretty good. Tofu can be bad for some people. It causes a lot of hormone imbalances. It's true. You know, because it's soy, right? Tofu pogs. Tofu. It's pretty good. I would recommend it. Tempeh. What is tempeh? Moldy soybeans. I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up. Tempeh. What is this? What is this? I don't think I've had this. I don't think I've ever even seen this. Tempeh. I've never had the opportunity to try this. Made it once for myself. Mapo tofu, it is good. There's a lot of different ways to make mapo tofu though. Like I like the mapo tofu that's like Szechuan style. Cause like sometimes if you go to like a restaurant and you just ask for mapo tofu, you don't know what kind it's gonna be, right? You have this one, which is like the this is vegan. No, not that one. Actually, no. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. The only thing, mapo tofu is usually has like minced pork or whatever. This is good. This one, you look at the sauce. You got the chili oil. That's good. But then they have like other style. That's like this got more less of that. Seems like all of these are like these, right? This one is like a different style. And this one I like the Szechuan style. That's good. Tempeh is like seitan. Soy face right. Mapo tofu is probably the best way to consume. Tofu dogs. Never had those. Had a block of tempeh in my fridge. Pink mold. Had some under pickles. Mold. The mold. Wait a second. Wasn't there like a type of something where like it has a sort of mold on it, but it's actually good? I forget if this is true, but like wasn't there this might have been mentioned on like a Chocojack stream. Cheese? Was it cheese? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, there was like some mold that is like actually there. Blue cheese? I hate blue cheese. No, I think it was something else. If only Chocojax was here to talk about. Was it like? It wasn't steak. What was it? Maybe it was cheese. Welcome, Chocojax. What was the one thing you talked about at some point on your stream that you saw like this sort of mold on some sort of food, and then it turns out it was normal? What was that? Was it cheese? Salami. What was it? Salami? Mold? Safe search blurring is on. What's wrong? What's unsafe about this? Why mold on salami is good? Oh yeah, penicillin. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, Melancholy Dolly said it. Penicillin. Blue cheese. Salami. Yeah, salami. Kasu Martsu. What is that? Salayu. Yeah, salami. What about salayu? Turned out to be flour. That's not mold. That's different. Penicillin. Is that the same as like the medicine penicillin? Penicillium? Naliovente? It is integral to our salami, like the mold on a fine cheese. P. nalgalavente gives our salami a special character. Green mold on salami. White and green mold on salami. Is it still safe to eat? Yeah, there's mold, you know. Could be good. Slime molder. He sure knows. We got slime molders. He's aware of all the types of mold. Yeah, Salome. Yo, that's the Niji Sanji JP person. Yeah, mold. Food sure is interesting, guys. You guys ever think about food? You guys ever see food and you think, wow, that's some good food, and then you see the food and then you eat the food, seafood? Love that food. Yeah, seafood. I made the joke. I know. Seafood. What about A through B food? What about the other food? What about all the other letters, huh? Seafood. I would rather have A food, huh? C, like C rank? That's not even good. Why not A? Yeah, look, seafood. There's food right here. Also, like, why am I not catching fish? Where's the fish? Where's all the fish at? Yeah, classic joke. Slalom, isn't that the skiing discipline? I don't understand. I'm not advanced enough to understand this. What about bee food? Like pollen? Here food? Seafood? Yeah, seafood. I'd rather taste food. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Haha, because, like, you know, the different senses, you know, hearing, vision, taste, seafood. I would rather taste food. Too much of a flatlander? No, they have mountains in New York. They have... Isn't there like a mountain that goes through New York? I haven't been there, but there's skiing places up there in upstate. Slalom skiing. Yeah, shalom. Slalom. Alpine skiing. Alpine, isn't that the Linux distribution that's usually used for Docker images because it's lightweight? You can use APK to install stuff, but not APK as in like the Android packaging system, but the, you know, APK. Alpine skiing. And alpine snowboarding. Is this the one where you go through you go like around poles? What's the difference between this and regular skiing? They're spaced more closely than giant slalom. I don't know. You guys know? Anyone here ski? You guys go skiing? Okay, yeah, you pass through the poles. You pass, okay, you do like a zigzag pattern. Interesting. Super G, what is that? Super G? Super Giant Slalom, also known as Super G. It's the racing discipline of alpine skiing. Let's see. Alpine, isn't that the distro? Didn't I just make that joke? Actions per kilominute. Kilominute? I hardly know a minute. Oh, you turn. Okay, that's what. Okay, I know that one. Super G. Skied a bit. It's nice. I don't think I would be good at skiing. I feel like if I did skiing or snowboarding, I would not be good. I can't remember his joke. I literally made that joke. I said, isn't that the Linux distro that they use for typically for Docker images, and they have APK? It is pretty tiny though. Often used for Docker. libc. What about lib? What about libs A through? What about the other ones? I did not forgo. I know. I have such good memory. I have like some of the best memory you will ever see of any streamer. You know, you'll be like, Wolfie, when did you say this? I'll be like, remember that one stream when I was fishing, but like I was like fishing over there, and then I said this thing. I remember I was there. Just gonna own the libc. You can ski in flat snow just as an alternate form of transportation. That's what I did. Let's see. When did I follow your channel? You can click your own name. You can find out, actually. If you click someone's name, you can find out when they followed and how long they've been subscribed, even if you're not a moderator. What's the MTs of you memory? Is my memory DDR4 or DDR5? It's more like in the groove. It's not DDR at all. If you think of DDR, you think of classic songs such as Butterfly. You guys know that song? I. That song. That's a classic. We got hey, what is it? Captain Jack. Everyone knows these songs. Man. Do I remember? No. No. I do not remember. I don't usually remember when people first showed up, but I remember things that I said on my stream, usually. Less DDR, more Project Diva. Yeah, I do know that Captain Jack passed away. I learned about this some time ago. I saw a YouTube video and it was like, hey, look, the Captain Jack, that was a fun song, right? I clicked it. People in the comments were like, guys, he's dead. Oh, man. He was a German guy who went running one day and had a heart. What? Like, I like how it's phrased as if he just went running like one day. Like, this was the one day he spent his whole life not running. Anyway, I don't know. How long ago was this? I feel like it was at least 5 years ago, right? Classic Eurodance. That's a good song. What was the lore of that song? Like, what did they mean? He was like on the railroad track. What's up with that? What's up with that guy? It was infrequent because regulars don't drop dead. Is that true? Tell me if you consistently run, you will never die while running. 10 to 15 years ago? Wait a second. 10 to 15? I guess it has been that long, huh? Time sure does pass at a rapid pace nowadays. You think about it, you remember a thing, it's like, wow, that was some time ago. And then you think about it and it was like 10 years ago. It was like when I signed up for Twitter. It was more than 10 years ago. And now Twitter doesn't even exist. It's not even Twitter anymore. Kind of messed up the way things happen. Can't even send tweets. They call them posts now, right? You don't retweet something, you repost something. Also, welcome Omgalof. Skyrim was released 10 years ago. It was also released like a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Zeet. It's a financial service. Captain Jack was a Cuban that moved to the US. Seems like an interesting life. It's cool when they make songs based on real people, right? They have their own history. Then things happen. People will comment like, you guys remember this song? Yeah, well, this guy's dead, huh? What about that? Actually, sometimes I get recommended videos on YouTube that are of like really like dogs from like 10 years ago, and the comments are all like, oh, this dog is so cute. And then some person in the comments is always like, oh, this dog is probably, this cat is probably dead now. This thing was like 15 years ago. They don't live that long. And then then you find out that the dog is still alive and it's doing well, and you're like, oh, that's cool. I got recommended a video the other day. It was just like a cat or something. It was just like a mundane video that someone recorded like 12 years ago. It's just a cat, you know, doing cat things. It had like 1 million views. And then I was like, huh, I wonder what's going on with this cat. And then I clicked the channel, and then there was like a recent video that was like, here's the cat's 12th birthday. I was like, whoa, that's cool. This cat is still here. And all the comments were like, thank you for updating us on this cat's status. Also, welcome, Loki. That cat sure did live a fulfilling life. It's still out there. It's very well loved. They had a cake for the cat. Had a lot of stuff. On this is 17 to 20 years video, the pet is still fine. Yeah, like Maru. You guys remember the cat Maru? Maru is still around. They're still actively posting videos. And I think that's cool. Yeah, Maru, the classic YouTube cat from back in the day. Is the Doge still alive? I think so. Of like famous cats, I know didn't Longcat passed away some time ago, a few years ago. Yeah, Longcat. Yeah, Doge is still alive though, I think. Yeah, it is so. Yeah, Doge is still alive. Let's see, Frankie G moved from Cuba to America, then to Spain. Stationed in Germany during the US military service. He became a DJ. Apparently he did Japanese wrestling. What the? Is that Captain Jack? Wait, but why is he called Frankie G? How is he Captain Jack? Let's see, it's annoying when some kind of artist dies young. Every one of their videos has several top comments about their death. Like Avicii? Every time someone always talks about Avicii. This happens with Vocaloid too. Every time, like Wowaka, you guys know the Vocaloid producer Wowaka? He passed away. Every time Rolling Girl plays, everyone's always like a rip to a legend. But then, like every time a Sam Free song plays, no one ever says that. No one ever says rip Sam Free. That's the guy who did Luka Luka Night Fever, classic song. But every time that comes up, no one's ever like rip to a legend. It's only a Wowaka song. What's up with that? A lot of people don't even know Sam Free passed away. Anyway, I don't know. Even if the Doge isn't, he now lives on the blockchain. No, the Doge is still alive. Doge has trouble pooping, so she's going, so what? No. Kabosu had leukemia but recovered. Oh, the Kabosu is the name of the Doge. 17 years. Woka is probably more well known. Yeah, but you think of like Luka Luka Night Fever. That's like an iconic Vocaloid song. It's a legendary song. But also maybe because like maybe because Sam Free songs were also upbeat, right? Wowaka songs, they had like, you know, depressing themes sometimes. I do know of that cat, or not that cat, the dog. Welcome, Denji. Haven't even seen Madoka. What the? What the? He doesn't even know. I still haven't watched the Madoka, like the real movie. I've only watched the anime. I don't even know what happened in the movie. I've somehow avoided spoilers this whole time. Isn't Madoka just a magical girl called... No, it's subversive, guys. It's so subversive, guys. Every time you talk about magical... It's like magical girl, but dark. It's like magical girl, but what if bad? But what if things were bad? Whoa. Oh, that's wild. What if instead of everything being happy, things were sad instead? Whoa. Magical girl, except subversive and unique. Well, it was pretty cool at the time. I think nowadays, though, there's a lot of, a lot of series that are like, oh yeah, what if this thing, but dark? What if this thing, except it was serious and bad stuff happened? What kind of weeb is this guy? Yeah, not even watching Madoka. It's good, I remember. I remember back when it was airing. I think everyone who watched Madoka as it was airing, you guys all remember what what event happened. There was the big tsunami, and they delayed the airing of episode, what is that, episode 10 or 12 or whatever, for a very long time. Everyone was left in suspense as world events happened. I remember. The thing is, subverting isn't nearly as popular anymore. There's some historical context. Precure is still around, but you gotta consider, it's for kids. It's a show for kids. Also, welcome Nanodan. It was an important episode. Everyone was like, oh no. Actually, it was kind of messed up. At the time, people were like, dude, I can't believe we have to wait a long time for the next episode of Madoka. And then people were like, guys, there was like a tsunami. Can you talk about something besides, anime? People died. Not only for kids. I didn't say it was only for kids. I say the primary audience for Precure is for kids. I know Aikatsu is primarily for kids. It's not a bad thing. See, what job would evil Wolfie have? What language would he code in? He would not even code at all. He would not code at all. He would have a job where he goes outside every day. Right, that's what he would do. That's the opposite. When will they have post-cure? Maybe they already have it. Every time the series ends, right? Every time they introduce a new series, the old one is now over. What do you call it when something has a real page turner but for anime? Because Madoka is that. I don't know. Is there a name for that? It was unique at the time, though. Everyone was like, what the... I can't believe this. And then it caused like the 3-episode rule, where everyone was like, make sure you watch at least 3 episodes before dropping something. Because, like, what if something happens in the 3rd episode? It makes things totally different. Right? Forest Ranger. The anti-Wolfie would be a bear denier. He would see the bear, and then he'd be like, the bear is not even real. He'd be like a conspiracy theorist. But like, bears aren't real. Bears are fake, invented by the government. You see that bear? That's not even a bear. That's a camera. Not me though. I believe in bears. I know that bears are real. I've seen several in this game. Anyways, nighttime. It's suddenly nighttime now. Oh, real estate. Why? Okay, I've always wondered this. Why do they call it real estate? Like, is there fake estate? I'm gonna look it up. Why is it real estate? Why is it real estate? The term real estate is first recorded in the 1660s. The word real is derived from Latin meaning existing, actual, or genuine. Okay, that doesn't answer the question. Like, I know what the word real means. And acting like I don't know what the word real means. I know what the word estate means. Well, but why is it real estate? Yahoo Finance. Take real estate. Genuine land property. Defined by Merriam-Webster. Realist is a Latin term that means existing. I know, but what does it mean? Estate can be traced to Latin. Yeah, okay. Why is this article so long? Okay, it's not long. It just has a lot of stuff. Okay, what is you guys know? Can you guys summarize? Yeah, what is fake? Yeah, metaverse estate. That's fake estate. A bear. See, Zoli knows the bear's real. fake estate? Why is ChatGPT? Why is real estate called real estate? Yo, look, this house is pogging. Look at that. Oh, let's see. Real estate industry, okay. Everyone always says this. Every article is like, oh, you guys know that real means genuine and estate means property? Yeah, I know that. But like, why? You're dealing with land, also known as property. Okay, but like, why is it real? Real comes from Latin res. Okay, I know, yeah. Estate comes from status. Real estate means a piece of property with a particular condition or position that gives it value. What? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense, guys. This doesn't answer my question. Let's see. It's like you're reading something that's so good you can't keep yourself from putting the book down. A page turner. Yeah, that's what it's called. Time to learn something. This is the stream you go to learn things. This is on Wednesdays we look stuff up. Real estate is called real because it's different from personal property like possessions or movable items. Yeah, but aren't those real? Is personal property not real? Genuine leather is the lowest class of leather. I did not know that. It literally means a real property. Distinguished from personal property, which is movable. Yeah, but is furniture not real? The earth land is real. Everything else is not real. Only land is real. I guess. But what if the land is gone? What if you dig up all the land and then there's nothing there? I don't know. How do I get good at NeoVim? I don't know. Just do it. Just use it. You can call whatever you want in Vim. Just regular Vim even. Real means permanent or immovable. I guess, okay, I guess it's like, when you buy something and you can't transfer it without, because you can give someone a car and they could just move the car. If you dig the land, there will still be land. Yeah, but what if you dig all the way to the center of the earth? I guess you still own the physical, even if you own the air, right? Do you own the air? If you buy land, are you just buying a cross section of the earth infinitely? If you buy land, do you own the sky above you? I guess you do, right? That's why they have, you can't fly a plane over certain areas because that's land that's owned by a nation. I guess, okay. If you buy land, you also buy the sky. But how far up does it go, right? Because if it goes up forever, it goes into space, and then what if that land intersects? How far up does it go? What are the aviation laws? Have they decided this? You don't own the air infinitely high, but how high is it? A mile? Kilometer? These are the important questions that other people will not ask. Everything is space. Right now we're in space. I know that. I know. I've talked about this. That's why there's a distinction of outer space. Right? We're all in space, but outer space is outer, it's outside. Outer frame of reference. So when people say space, a lot of times they mean outer space. What about erosion, huh? Doesn't land erode? What about tectonic plates? if you purchase land and then there's like an earthquake and then suddenly the land has shifted, like then what? Do you still own like the land that you own moved over? Or do you still own like the absolute space? And also the earth is rotating. So like is it relative to like the rotation of the earth? How do they measure this? We're just being pedantic for no reason. But you know, that's what we do. Galaxies, Super Mario Galaxy in the world. Inner space. I hardly know. Space. What if a wizard levitated your house 40,000 feet in the air? Then, I don't know. We're gonna look this up. We're gonna look up, when you buy land, do you own the sky above it? How far above it do you own? When you buy, you guys ever do Google searches in such a way that's like, it's an actual question and it's weird? And sometimes I do searches that are just like keywords. When you buy land, do you own the sky above it? Owning, renting, and leasing land or building includes the right to use the space above the land, also called air rights. Okay, there's air rights. There's strict limitations on your air rights depending on where you live. I see. Air rights. What about air lefts? Because air rights can also be bought or sold. Buyers and sellers should be aware of air rights when considering buying or selling property. What are air rights? Air rights equals the maximum amount of floor area permitted in the zoning lot minus the amount of floor area utilized by any existing structures on the lot. I guess this is like, you know how like in California you're not allowed to build like tall buildings because of earthquakes and stuff like that? I wonder if like when you buy land in California, the air rights for your land, like they don't extend that far up? Like is that the case? Is that how that works? Also, welcome, LoFam. Jeremy, welcome back. Yeah, how high are the air rights? In Roller Coaster Tycoon, you can buy rights to build over tile, but not on it. Yeah, this makes sense, because like this article is telling you can sell air rights. So you could have someone else build something like above your land. New York has air rights issues. There was a guy who got homeowner insurance revoked because the company flew a drone over his home. Took places of a messy yarn. Man. Air rights can get complicated. Sure. Yeah, how does it work? Okay. As an example, GoSign says that in New York City zoning district with a floor to area ratio of 10, we have to do math here. 5,000 square foot lot would allow the development of a property with up to 50,000 square feet of floor area. If the existing structure on the lot is 10,000 square feet, it means there are 4,000. How many apples does John have? Property owners have several options. Do all properties have air rights? Do all areas of the country have air rights? Can you sell air rights? Can you buy it? Well, I mean, if you can sell air rights, I assume you can buy them, because otherwise it makes no sense. Okay, well, I guess that's something. 69 apples. Are you allowed to shoot anything that flies over your yard? I don't know. Air rights. Air rights. There's a Wikipedia article. Air rights. An example of air rights use. A high-rise building extends over a four-story building. Oh, I see. I've seen this. Okay, yeah. Okay, so like this building the skyscraper or whatever, has air rights, and those air rights are above this one, this building's air rights. I see. This is interesting. I never really thought about this. This legal concept is encoded in the Latin phrase, whoever owns the soil, it is theirs up to heaven and down to heck. It appears in medieval Roman law. What about heaven? That doesn't make sense. How far up is that? Welcome, good cat. You can buy Kirby's Aeroid. What's the word that means the government can seize your property? I don't know. What is the name of that? Okay, airspace. Look at this messed up building. Look at this. This building has air rights above 2 other buildings, and then they expand it like this. Bro, what are they doing? They call it air rights, not air lefts. Why can they go to the left? Right? This one makes sense because it's going to the right. But like, you look at this one, it's going to the right and the left. That's weird. That should not be allowed. Okay, navigable airspace. Copy left. Eminent domain. United Kingdom, railroads and air rights. Roads and air rights. See also, ancient lights. What is that? Let's learn about ancient lights. What is that? This is the right to light. Is a form of easement in English law. It gives long-standing owner of a building with windows a right to maintain an adequate level of illumination. Oh, I see. This is when you make sure that buildings can't build, preventing shade from entering your windows, right? The right to light. That's interesting. That's why London is generally so flat. That's why they call it flats, right? Because everything is so flat. Everyone has the right to light. Isn't Lofke from the UK? Did you know? Is this why? Are you familiar with the right to light? It's a form of easement in English law. Interesting. We're learning about laws out here. It's very hard to build skyscrapers. Not in New York. I'm sure it probably is. It probably is kind of hard. So you can't build them because if things are too tall and you're in a place that has earthquakes, it could be bad. Freedom to roam, land rights, littoral rights, the right to ocean and beach in front of property. Right to river water in front of property, rights to oil or minerals under property. Crown land, logging and mineral rights. The Chicago Convention on International Civil Aviation, also known as the Chicago Convention. Yo, anyone been to Chicago Con? When they established the International Civil Aviation Organization? What's your favorite cosplay at the Chicago Con? Look at these guys. Look at this guy with his pipe. And this guy with his mustache. And these guys looking down at them. They're signing Chicago Con. This is based on law. Real law. I'm going to transition to property law. Well, Rust also has property laws. They're called lifetime references. You are only allowed to hold on to you have the rights to reference a variable if you borrow it You can't have multiple mutable owners, you know? Rust is already pretty good about ownership. That's the main thing about it. That's what it's known for. Good cosplays. I should hydrate. It's almost hydration time, guys. It is, once I'm done catching this fish, I will drink some water. And then we will continue to discuss things for at least another half hour, perhaps 40 minutes. You could read the news. You can see what's going on in the news. That's the thing we've been doing recently on these streams. I'll just check the news and we can talk about, like, you know, well, look at this thing. This thing happened. It's funny. Or this thing's so weird, guys. Okay, what fish is this? We got this fish out here, guys. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate. Alright. How do I use git cherry pick? You just git cherry pick and then the commit hash, and it will just take that commit and apply it to your current branch. It's simple. It's fairly straightforward. It's common for, like, if you commit on the wrong branch and you're like, oh man, I meant to commit this to this branch. You could just switch to the branch you want and then cherry pick it. Alright, so let's read the news, guys. You're gonna learn stuff today. Wednesdays is when you learn stuff, okay? You'll tune into the Wolfie stream, and you can be like, whoa, look, can't wait to see what's happening in the news. Can I cherry pick an old diff? You sure can. Okay, news. A bunch of people died in wildfires in Hawaii. Oh yeah, that is a thing. There's Hawaiian wildfires. Man, what's going on this year? They have, like, wildfires in, like, Canada. I'm assuming those are still going. Now it's in Hawaii. Man accused of threatening Biden. We had there's a lot of news going on. What about some happy news, huh? Why is all the news here, like, bad? Global warning. Okay, it's not loading. I've gone to Google News and it's not loading. Connecting to fonts.googleapis.com. Come on. Google, come on. How is your news website not loading? Messed up. This is fricked up. Okay, there it is. News. A lot of really depressing things happening. We have a lot of stuff. Disney reports mixed earnings. Stock market news. Things are bad, guys. There's an explosion at a plant near Moscow. Iraq bans the word homosexual on media platforms. These aren't good for discussion. What is this? Where's all the news about, like, scientists have discovered a new brand of, a new type of cat? Look at this, it's cute. Football. Where's the good news? There's no good guys, there's no good news. Did I hear about the lady who poisoned some dinner guests with death cap mushrooms? I did not hear that. I'm gonna assume based on the name that those mushrooms cause death. And I would say no cap, but like it is cap. You said it earlier? The mushrooms? I didn't see it, I didn't see your message. There's a new Intel CPU vulnerability. What's it called? Mushroom? Oh, that's what that is? I didn't know. You just said Mushroomgate, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. And then you didn't explain. So, I don't know. Okay, what else? We got Microsoft unveils next-gen AI solutions. Microsoft? That's the guys who made Microsoft Teams. Which is bad. Let's see, bunch of news. Winning lottery numbers. $1.58 billion Mega Millions jackpot ticket was sold. Wow. Wow, what about good news? They made Clippy. Phoronix review downfall. What is that? Is that a website? Is that a news website? None of these are good to talk about. So, what about the mushroom? The mushroom one? They made Clippy. What is this? Oh, down. Oh, this is the vulnerability. Okay. AVX2, AVX512. Oh, look at that. That's a cute guy. That's the logo. That guy do be falling down though. Oops. Where is the new fun news today? Let's look for fun news, huh? Fun news. Oddities. Okay, AP News, they got the odd news. What's some weird stuff that happened today? Delayed passengers growl after a bear escapes from a crate in cargo hold off an Iraqi plane in Dubai. Guys, they had a bear in a plane and it escaped. That bear sure is real. Good news, my stomach hurt before, but now it doesn't. That's good. That's good. Why are you calling it your stomach? Okay, a bear escaped. Passengers were disgruntled over the delay. Iraqi Airways says it wasn't to blame for the bear's escape. The aircraft crew worked with authorities to sedate the animal. The plane's captain apologized to passengers because of the bear's escape. Well, that happened. Wait, this is the same as last week. They don't have much interesting news, huh? Like I remember I checked this last week. We had Willie the Texas rodeo goat on the lam for weeks. We had this thing with the bear in a jacuzzi. This is messed up. Wait, it's whole guys, look at this. Our bears are real, a Chinese zoo says, denying they are humans in disguise. The bears are real, okay? Confirmed in eastern China, the bears are real. The bears are real, guys. It is not a human wearing a bear suit. The sun bears from Malaysia. Was this a well-known thing? You know this? Why did they feel the need to say that? Because some people thought the bear was fake. Let's see, the sun bears from Malaysia are smaller than other bears and look different but are the real thing. They wrote a quote on social media pretending to be the bear. This is not doing a good case, okay? They posted a social media post that said, "Some people think I stand like a person. It seems you don't understand me very well." Well, I feel like you should have written this like not as the bear. because this will just contribute to people thinking the bear is fake. Sun bears do look a bit weird. Look, they're just bears, okay? Sun bears are the size of large dogs, standing 1.3 meters on their hind legs. That's short. 1.3 meters for a bear? That's like a small bear. Let's look up sun bear. Oh yeah, these guys. Wait a second. I know these. Why is this one? Look at this guy. Oh wait, I've seen this. I think someone posted this on Discord and people were like, why is that bear standing like a human? Why this bear has a pose that you guys know, the pose that's like you gotta do it, you had to do it to him? This bear is doing that pose. This bear had to do it to him. And people are like, this bear is fake? How is this bear? It's a waving. Yeah, bears, they just do that. Look at that bear. It sure is a bear. Look at this guy. What a bear, guys. See, I think I would have brought in an international expert rather than LARP as a sun bear. That's what I think, right? I feel like if they just made a social media post that was like, you know, oh, I'm real, guys, wouldn't that be more suspicious? Right, okay. Yeah, we've seen this one. This is the one where they had like the biggest bologna sandwich, and we were just like, that's just a bunch of small sandwiches connected. Okay, dog chases bear. Wait, why are there so many things about bears? Look at this, guys. Odd news. A dog chases bear away from Connecticut. Sorry. Dog chases bear away from where Connecticut toddlers playing. Most popular. New Hampshire cat chases bear away from owner's yard. Bear crashes Colorado wedding. Raids the dessert table. Dog chases bear away from Connecticut toddler. Why are the top articles about bears? What's happening? Google thinks I'm interested in bear news. But like this is not Google though. This is just like a general purpose website for news. The dog ran far. Yeah, chased a bear out of Connecticut. 900-pound longhorn bull evades North Carolina authorities. Pigeon survives 80-mile drive stuck in the front grille of a car. You guys think it's weird that, like, how do people train pigeons to, like, carry mail? Right? Isn't that kind of like, that's like wild, right? Like, in a literal sense also. Like, how can you train a bird to, like, find someone? It was, like, so long ago. They can just trust the bird to not just fly away? You have to walk it all the way there? But, like, how, like, birds, they can remember that? Like, do you send the bird in a straight line? It's just like, okay, we know that the destination's over there. But like, how do the birds know to stop? Right? What's stopping them from just like stopping in the middle of nowhere and then just not delivering the mail? It's fixed point to point. I guess that makes more sense. It's like a mail service, right? Welcome, Hype C. They eat in on place, then they take the bird by foot to another. They're returning to food. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. But birds have like pretty good memory then, right? Because these places are like really far away. It's interesting. I guess birds are known for like migrating really far, right? Like in the winter, they fly to a certain place. I don't know. It's kind of like, it's interesting, right? Yeah, how do you get them back to the other place? Well, I don't know. Maybe they know that there's food in the other place as well. Anyway, check out all this bear news, guys. Black bear burglar Hank the Tank. arrives at Colorado Sanctuary. Colorado, that's where the slime boulder is from, man. Bear crashes Colorado wedding. Boa constrictor found slithering outside Massachusetts hotel. A bunch of stuff happening. 3 cows on the loose in Connecticut. It's A to B, what about B to A? They can just go back. They don't go back on their own. It's a one-way trip. Gibbon briefly escapes enclosure at Australian Zoo. Australian Zoo, are you aware of this, Yurga? A gibbon escaped the enclosure at the zoo. This was yesterday. It's August 8th. Wait, this website has a lot of recent news. The other website we check, AP, they had stuff from last week. This one, you know, they got stuff from today and yesterday. Interesting news. Loose monkey captured after Houston pickup truck. Or under a Houston pickup truck. Sheep gets loose on field at a football game. You're not bringing it up on the screen. Okay. The gibbon escaped. Here it is. Here's the gibbon. More like they weren't giving him enough attention. If they had just given him more attention, maybe he wouldn't have left his enclosure, guys. Am I right? So true. So true, Wolfie. We got a sheep. Maryland man. Maryland man. Isn't that Marilyn Monroe? Isn't that the whatever? You know, whatever. You make the joke. Gibbon, I find it quite simple. Philadelphia highway dog escapes for a second time. 2 days later, what? What is the dog doing? California carpool lane driver's passenger was a disguised mannequin. I talked about this. Well, not this specific thing, but I talked about how, like, when I went to California and there was, like, traffic for miles, and then my friend was like, oh yeah, there's a carpool lane. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. How many people need to be in the carpool lane? And she was like, 2. I was like, you're telling me all of this traffic is caused by cars that all have 1 person in them? And she's like, yeah. Anyway, this person put a mannequin in his car, and he was able to use the carpool lane, but he was pulled over by the police. He removed 3 ribs. Maryland, Maine. Isn't that the state in the US that's known for lobsters? That's old news. This is old news 10 years ago. Are they just recycling stories from, like, the past? They didn't say what year this was. I mean, it said August 7th. I guess they didn't say August 7th of what year. This could have been August 7th. No, it was, yeah. They're probably just reusing old stuff. Yeah, okay, you know what? I guess that explains things. I thought this was, like, recent news. Is this website AI generated? That's something you gotta think about sometimes, right? Sometimes, like, news websites, they just make up stuff. NPR, strange news. It might be a different guy. It seems like a common enough thing to do. Funny story about Maine that will dox yourself. I thought you were in Seattle. Are you saying that you used to be in Maine? Look at this bear. Post Malone bought Magic the Gathering's One Ring card valued as high as $2 million. We have some Magic the Gathering fans in chat sometimes. You guys know Post Malone bought a One Ring, the card, and it was $2 million. There's a city in Oregon that's about the same name as a city in Maine. Welcome, Croissant. A Maine convention contacted your university's anime club. They thought we were located in Maine, politely informed that we were in Oregon. Oh, I see. Yeah, that happens. Like sometimes you're like, oh, I'm in London, and you're like in the UK, and they're like, no, London, like in Canada, right? Is there a London in Canada? Post Malone. Yeah, why would he do that? Does Post Malone even care about Magic the Gathering? Is me gatekeeping a card game that I don't even play? I can't believe he would do it. He should leave it to the real fans. Post Malone freaking doesn't respect whatever. Sad London. He does play. Wait, okay. Earlier, someone was talking about some like a DJ, right? Here's something I learned. Do you guys know that the CEO of what is it, Morgan Stanley? One of those big like banking things. He's like he's a DJ. One of those CEOs is a DJ. Apparently he DJs. I learned that today. It's not really that interesting. Maybe it is a bit interesting. But I didn't know. I did not know. Post does play these. Is he good? Does he know the meta? Is he is Post Malone a meta enjoyer? We got rabbits. With the rabbit news for Cole. Rabbits have overrun a suburban Florida community. Volunteers hop to the oh guys, volunteers hop to the get it guys. Oh man, look at this. A trio of rabbits gathered on a driveway. About 100 lion head rabbits have taken up residence. Yeah, Shaq does DJ. He's at Anime Expo, right? He was there. They said the furry invasion. Don't call it that, guys. Every time like a news organization starts talking about animals and they say like the furries, that's not what it means, guys. I know like it means something to you, but it means something else to other people. Check it out. Check out these furry friends. Check out the furry invasion. That's something else. Lionhead rabbits. That's a lot of rabbits. Look at these guys. The animals, which are prone to heat stroke, have been digging holes in the ground to escape the oppressive heat. They're ruining people's yards. How dare they try to preserve their own health? Okay. Bunch of news out here happening. This one guy who was the only person on a plane. I remember this. This was a month ago, yeah, July 7th. Well, anyway, I guess that's it. What are there any other fun news? Weird but true New York Post? I'm not reading that. New York Post, you guys know it's a very politically charged website. The Mirror, Reuters. So what's this one? Yoga enthusiasts master the cat pose at kitten yoga session. That's cool. That's neat. Silkworm sashimi, cricket curry. Bugs make a comeback in Japan. Is that true? Any bug enjoyers out there? A rag. What? Was that a joke? A rag? Like a ragdoll cat? Got a robot. There's a robot conducting an orchestra in Seoul. They got alpacas on the street. They got yeah, bunch of stuff happening. Apple. I don't know. Okay, whatever. We're done with the news, guys. We are done with the news for today. I spent too long sitting down. I'm gonna stand up again because, you know, this is the day of the week where I stand up. We do stand-up comedy on here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm gonna release all these fish. Oh shoot, this. Okay, I've saved them all. I'm gonna stretch. You guys also make sure that you stretch. Make sure that you're checking your posture, that you are adequately hydrated as well. You, yes, you, the viewer, the listener, you sit up properly. Make sure that you are considering your own health. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to talk about. I don't know. You guys got anything? anything going on out there in the world? I still don't know what I'm gonna play tomorrow. Right? I'm done with Dark Souls, and I'm like, what can I do? I don't want to go straight to Dark Souls 3. Maybe I could play Team Fortress 2. What if I play TF2? It's been a while. I could do that. Germany is picking its yearly youth slang. Twitter.com. Baldur's Gate. I will not play Baldur's Gate. It's too much. Sekiro. I probably will not play that. It's kind of hard. Also, welcome Matthias. What is this one? Slang. Turn on notifications. I will not. I don't know what she's saying. What's she saying? This is not even in English. I don't understand. I mean, you did say it's German, so... What is she saying? What's she talking about? Goofy? I know what that is. NPC? I know what that is. Riz? I know what that is. Side... Wait, these are English words. Slay? YOLO? YOLO is not even recent. That's like... It's like 5 years ago, right? Are your kids saying Riz, guys? Parents, please be aware. I need sound. I don't need sound. There's captions. TF2, no, Team Fortress 2. Yeah, Riz. What's the deal with Riz? What's he even up? Anyway, yeah, TF2. Maybe I'll play that tomorrow. I think there are fewer hackers out there today compared to the last time I played. I will probably see some hackers though. You know, the luck that I have. I'm gonna be like, yeah, the hacker situation in TF2 is not so bad, and then I tune in. I log on and suddenly everyone is hacking. Playing a shooter? No, there's classes where you don't need good aim. Right? You can be a soldier. They do splash damage. You could be a pyro. You could be a medic. You could heal. You could be an engineer. Actually, I feel like most classes in TF2 don't require really good aim. Now that I think about it, right? Heavy, you just have to aim in the general direction. Demo man, you could just put sticky bombs and wait for people. It's only really like scout and sniper. Wait, everyone else, you got other stuff. Balloons, Tower Defense 6. It is free on Epic Games though. Guys, make sure you check out Epic Game Store every few weeks. Download, you don't even need to download the free game. Just claim it. And never play it. That's what I do. Every few weeks I'll check the website. I'll be like, yo, here's this game I will never play. I will be sure to claim it. Yeah, spy? Well, yeah, but like how many people use the ambassador? It does, you can't even zoom in. Talk about Riz. I'm not sure if I ever rizzed anyone. Well, I don't know. That's between you and the people that you know. The Riz. Out here with the Riz. Anyway, I don't know. What else? Nothing else going on out there in the world. We've already read all the news, right? I already know everything that's happening out there in the world. Based on the news articles we read, a lot of bears out there. Got some cats. What more could you want? Maybe a moose? Maybe some dogs? What do I think about the bear market? Is there a bear market? Isn't it the bull market? Isn't it the goated market? Goated of all time. The goat of all time. Bear is line go down. Is that what? Oh yeah, that is what it is. Okay, so there's bull. Okay, yeah, okay. I don't know. Why do they call it that? Yeah, the stocks are going down. It doesn't matter so much because I'm in this for the long term, you know? The stock market always goes up. Over the course of like 10 years, it's definitely going to go back up. This is just a minor setback. In fact, when line go down, that's the perfect time to put money in. Because there's no way it could ever go even more down, right? Right, guys? There's no way. There's no way, Copium. So actually, it's good. It's actually a good time to invest. You need money to put in. I have money. I got money saved up. I have money put in a CD. You guys remember that? CDs? Got them. That like several months ago. Before I even learned about investing, I was like, yo, I should put money in a CD and then have a guaranteed interest rate. And then I learned about actual investing. I was like, I should have done this instead. Now I have to wait until that money is out of the CD. Oh well. It's guaranteed money though. Every month when I see the money come in, I'm like, yo, what the? That's a lot of money. For free? A lot of money for doing nothing? You literally just put it in there and then they give you money for free. Right? I've been missing out on this. Yeah, that's happening. Yeah, invest in CDs. CDs, pants grab, got them. Imagine storing Bitcoin. CDs, pants grab. Choco J, pants grab. This one. Do I have it? That one. This one. Yeah, that one. Got them. Got them. Guys, post some emotes. Let me guess your emotes. Okay, here's my emotes. Here's the emotes that I have, okay? It's my emote, Northern Lion's emote. Northern Lion is on vacation this week. Chocojax, Chenna, Hamflow, got Mooney, Karagi, ooh, Taobo, Chia, Essie, Nelly, and Grits. Is that it? That's all the subs that I have. I thought there were more. Okay, that's Soya Poya. That's also Soya Poya. I know all of these. Chocojax is me. Omo is who's Omo? Omo Cat? Who's Omo? Do you mean Omo Cat? Can I guess who drew these? Is you. You drew these. You drew those, right? Am I right, guys? Wait, there's no credit? You don't get credited for this? Doesn't it? Did she not credit you? I can't believe. How do I know this? I don't even know. I thought you were in the credits, and I saw it. I was like, oh yeah. Okay, that's Beko. That is that Bajiru? That is. How do I know that? Chocojacks. That is. I can't even see that. What is that? I don't know who that one is. I don't know who these ones are. That's me. All these are me. Okay, that's Essie. That is who's that green one? I don't know. I don't know these as Overwatch League. I don't know those. That's me. Those are the hype emotes. Who is this one? This one? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. It's Soka. I don't know who that is. Yuri. Shade. Okay, I don't know about half of those. I know the other one. I know some of them. And these are me. That's neat. That's cool. It's cool that people have emotes. What is that one? I don't even know what this one is. What's that one? Oh, that's a pumpkin. I see. Yeah, that's that one retro, not retro, but like, you know, old cartoon, black and white cartoon person, right? Pumpkin potion. This one. Shade T. This is fine. I feel like maybe I've seen these. I don't know. Some good emotes out there. People out here have good emotes. Yurga, you never specified who Omo is. I'm still out here wondering what you meant by this. Alright, well anyway, I don't know. Omo Cat, that's what I said, that's what I thought. Isn't she still streaming though? Didn't she, like... She posts on Twitter. I don't follow her, but I've seen retweets. Is it one of those cases where like someone streams and then they stream once and then just never stream again? Anyway, I guess, you know, maybe it's time for me to end my stream. Maybe it is time to go. It is about that time. Let's see what day it is. What day even is it, guys? National Book Lovers Day. Perseid Meteor Shower Peak Night. Co-working Day. Hold Hands Day. What the? Is that allowed? International Day of the World's Indigenous People. At the Nagasaki Memorial Day. We got the National Rebecca Day. Rice Pudding Day. Veep Day. What is that? What's a Veep Day? National... Oh, it's National Women's Day. Singapore National Day. Suriname Indigenous Peoples Day. And then a bunch of people's birthdays. I don't know any of these people. I literally... Okay, Whitney Houston. I know who that is. Usually, like, when they list people's birthdays on this website, I at least know, like, a few of them. But, like, this time, just one. Literally just one. Was yesterday Cat Day? It sure was. It sure was. Let's do, National Book Lovers Day, maybe? Hold on. Oh, Rice Pudding Day? Let's do that. National Rice Pudding. It's like the raid days that have, like, it's about food. Those are nice. National Rice Pudding Day raid. And we'll see who's streaming. Who's out here on Twitch.tv. You can watch Chocojacks stream art. Otherwise, there are many people streaming, as you can tell from here. There are several people out here. And then you're streaming. Okay, let's see. Which one of these? Let's check out this one. Let's see what she's doing. What are they doing? That's right. We can. Well, okay, they're doing a collab. You know, collabs are usually not the best thing to raid into, because you know sometimes they don't. People are distracted. They want to be talking to the collab person that they're collabing with. Yes, stream. Thanks for watching. Okay, who do I want to raid? What about this? What about... Is this a collab? Or does he just have another model? No, okay. Well, okay, let's raid Leonidas Umbra. He's playing Undertale? Okay. Well, thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow. I will be, I think I'll play Team Fortress 2 tomorrow. It's TF2. That's right. The classic game everyone loves, Team Fortress 2. I am going to play that. And then Friday we got Miku Picross. You know, as usual. Just the typical thing that we do on these days. Yeah, that's it. And I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna sit here until the timer goes down. Never mind. There's not enough time. There's no time. Alright, I don't know. We're waiting. Can I just send the raid? I'm just gonna wait. Imagine sending the raid early. Okay, the raid is about to go. I will stop talking now. Have a good rest of your Wednesday or Thursday. Goodbye.